Hi guys, I just covered myself in confetti, so I've got a little lifestyle project to do before bed. But yeah, basically, oh, dropped it. Let's get another one. We've got loads of little gold stars here because I just completed my 21-day challenge. Now for the scary bit. So it's makeover day tomorrow, and and so I'm going to the hairdresser, and I'm quite scared actually. I think I've heard actually, I spoke to a friend about it, this might actually be a thing. So I'm nervous about going to the hairdressers because I mean there's a backstory as well, which is quite sad, which I'm not going to go into. But on a more, on another note, um, I've got used to not kind of going to the hairdressers. I guess I've got used to not engaging with that side anymore. Like I would always get my highlights done every 3 months without fail, and it's like the one beauty thing that I really enjoy. Like I love getting my hair done. I haven't done anything with my hair for a year and a half. I cut it once myself. So I even, when I booked in my hair appointment, I thought, do I want to cut my hair? And I thought, yeah, you do, because you need to transition. You need to feel completely like neat and, you know what I mean, out of the slump, out of the restrictions, out, because I never really left lockdown. And I think this is me leaving lockdown finally. This is, I've been teaching online, and I've been very much home based. And now this is my time to get out, to get my hair done, and to really engage again. They say it's a really important journey. So I think that transition is quite scary, because it's kind of, on the one hand, it's like, yeah, but you'll look better, you'll feel better, all these kind of things. But there's a level of, well, yeah, but I'm kind of used to it now. I'm used to, just kind of putting certain things like the way I look on the back burner. And, like I used to be very much on my hair, but now it's just like, you know, and I think it is that reintroduction. And I think it's important to, because apparently, so I was talking to a friend and he said there's quite a few people that he's talked to who've said that to him as well, that feel the same. So there is obviously an anxiety of kind of letting go and kind of, going forth. But I think also, it's going to feel good, and it's going to be a good marker, of moving forwards. And I wouldn't probably be so keen on doing it if I hadn't have prepared myself by getting out of the summer slump. So getting out of the slump really builds your confidence. In fact, because my hair's coming out anyway, so I'm just gonna let it down. So this is the last time to really have a look. Now, I hope he doesn't make a mess of my hair. I'm sure he's going to do a fantastic job. If I'm crying on camera tomorrow, then it means that I'm not sure. So we'll see. But I've got kind of used to it now. So, as you can see, my hair's really dark at the top. My hair used to be really blonde when I was younger. But funny enough, when I moved back here, so if I go under the light or if I go out in the daytime, it actually doesn't look as dark on top. But indoors at night when I'm on camera, I'm like, wow, it looks so dark. And so I've kind of got used to that. But at the same time, how did my friend said to me the other day, I like your hair like that, it looks dip dyed. And I was like, yeah, I mean, and also, I mean, it kind of looks like balayage as well, because my hair, the way that it's done is that the highlights are so fine, that they come out so fine. So I'm very nervous about letting someone new touch my hair, because, this is a big thing for me. This is the thing that I actually care about. It's the thing that I suppose, it's the thing that it's kind of defines the way I look. It's one of my features, because it's like you wouldn't say, oh well, Katie who wears all the amazing eyeliner and eye makeup and stuff, or you wouldn't say, Katie who's got all the piercings. I mean, I've got 3 in each ear, but I have nothing on my face. Or Katie with the tattoo, or there's no, so people tend to, I think, notice my long hair, and I really enjoy my hair, so I don't want someone to mess it up. So it's that kind of anxiety as well. I've chosen someone really good, I'm sure it's going to be absolutely lovely, but I don't know that because I'm never actually myself, and I know I'm quite fussy about it. So yeah, I think another way you can relate to this is when you lose weight. If you lose weight, especially people who lose a lot of weight, so someone who goes on a diet where they want to lose maybe a couple of stone, or more than that, then it's not just a physical thing that you go through. There's also a big mental shift that you need to go through as well. So once, say, like, you've lost so much weight, your clothes aren't fitting anymore, and you're like, I kind of need to go out and get a new look, and you're feeling different. I find that before you go for that shop, or what I've just noticed in people is, before you go for that shop, you're still thinking in the headspace of that old shape. You know what I mean? I remember it quite distinctly as a teenager, actually, because as a teenager, I just went through a phase, from probably about 15 to 17, where I was like, oh, I can't, have to get up, go to school, and I used to come home and I'd eat chocolate and crisps and stuff. And, I think once you get a bit later on into school, you don't have to do as much sports. And I was in a slump, but it wasn't a summer slump. It was like one of those year or two slumps. So as a teenager, there's so much going on for you. But I distinctly remember this. And what happened was, so I actually went to university. I refer back to university quite a bit, but it was a long time ago. But, I think there was some really, some moments I can really look back on, which were, didn't make total sense at the time, but now I can see what I was doing or thinking, or what process I was going through. But I remember going to university feeling, a bit like lumpy, whatever. And in the first year, I think it's because I was just out a lot. I was out with people, hanging, going to classes, going out for drinks, all over the place. And I was walking a lot as well, I wasn't getting driven around anymore, and I wasn't getting taxis. I was actually walking around campus and all that stuff. I started to lose weight, and I lost weight, and I actually got in really good, in a really good shape. But then I got a bit too thin. So it was, and that's because I wasn't on an exercise plan. It wasn't on purpose, you know what I mean? It wasn't controlled. It was just change your habits, change your environment. The effect was I was out more, so I was losing weight. But I remember in that first term when that happened, I still had all my clothes that didn't fit properly, that were too big. And I bought one pair of jeans that fit really well, and they actually looked really good, but they were like tight jeans. And I was someone who had been into like metal music, and I was wearing like the big baggy jeans with the chains and the corsets and the, you know what I mean? So I just bought this one pair of like skinny jeans, and I was like, they actually look really good. Maybe I could be more like the rock look, with like more like, tight jeans, and instead of like the big baggy. And I think that went towards something that tells you something about where I was as a teenager, wanting to be in all these baggy clothes. I don't want anyone looking at my body, criticizing me, or feel fat, feel whatever. And it was when I then obviously lost a bit of weight at uni, and we're not talking about anything major, but we're talking about going from a size where I was just like, to a size where I was like, oh, I feel quite lively, I feel quite light. You know, you do feel lighter when you lose weight, so then you have more energy. You know, it's less strain on your body to move around, therefore it wants to move around, you know. But yeah, I got that pair of jeans, the tight jeans. I was like, I do look good. And it was a slow conversion. It wasn't like I went out one day and bought a whole new wardrobe. But it was that when I did go out, we'd go to the shops and I'd try on a few tops. And I'm like, this is actually really fun. I used to go out shopping and this was no fun. I used to be like, oh, I look too fat. Oh, it doesn't suit me. Nothing seemed to suit me except for a baggy hoodie, in my opinion, anyway. So I remember at this transition period, I was like, oh, it's actually quite fun to put on clothes and they actually look good on me and I can actually buy them. And I actually, it's not about what other people thought, it was that I was like, right, I think they look good, therefore I want to wear them. I'm confident in them, and that comes out. So these transition periods are a funny time, but you know what? They always end in you feeling great, you excited. I worked, kept my head down, did what I needed to do, or changed up my habit, whatever it was, and you're like, wow, you know, it's like a fresh start. So that's what I'm hoping for tomorrow. If I'm wearing a hat, that's because we've got a bit of work to do on the hair, but I'm confident, like 75% confident. No, I'm 95% confident everything's going to be great. And I look forward to showing you. All right, then I'll speak to you later. Bye.